welcome back. Good news and bad news. Good news, we're pretty far into the painting. I showed you guys how I made the sky. That was really the main point of this whole one. Now, bad news. The sun's starting to fade here behind me, so the image is getting grainier. More shadows and stuff from me because we're relying more on the light, the artificial light and stuff. So bad news from that, and that's most of the bad news, but let's keep going here. I'm darkening up these trees with the same mixture of green, whatever green you want to use. This was a phthalo yellow. It doesn't really matter. I just picked that one because it's got some blue in it and stuff. So darken that up, and I'm gonna skip ahead now because there wasn't too much to that. With that same color, I just want to use the rest of it up, and the particular brush I have right now is a bristle brush. Now, when I say bristle, if you go into the store, you probably know. You go in the store and you're looking for brushes. They've got nylon, Taklon, all these different types of hair on the brush. Well, the bristle brush is great because it's not very expensive. You can actually, if you go and look in the clearance sections for brushes, that's sometimes one of the best places to look for these because you're going to beat them up so much. You can usually find a decent one that'll do the job that you need for this. So this is a bristle brush. It is not rounded. You can get a round one if you want, but I think this works better. It's a bristle brush, and you can buy flat, you can buy filbert, whatever you want. What I use it for with the grass here is I'm pushing it into the canvas and kind of up. So the brush kind of spreads out a little bit, and it kind of creates a grassy effect. So to get this to work, take some colors. We start off by putting in darks, but also on your palette you probably have maybe some orange, some yellow, blue. You just kind of start throwing these all in there, and using your strokes to get the grassy feel. Just push in and up and vary the colors around. Remember, you can always go lighter later. So I like to put in darker colors first and get that done and taken care of. And yes, it does take quite a bit of paint. And if you're using student grade paints, like the Winsor & Newton, the Galleria paints, come in the little tubes, extremely hard to open, but wonderfully cheap. The dark colors for those, well, dark colors for any are more transparent. The dark colors for those are very effective because they don't have as much pigment in them, so you get more strokes. It's going to take more to cover up and stuff. But that's not to say that it can't be done. So my suggestion would be, if you're using those paints, add just a touch of white into them, and that will help make them more opaque and get this job done a little faster with a little less paint. But you want to be careful not too much, because we still want this area close to us to be pretty dark. Okay, so I'm putting in some red also, because that will darken up with the green. And I'm going to keep going, but I want to warn you guys watching this right now. You've seen in the picture I have a rock as my center of interest right there, because I've put the sunlight color on it, and that contrasts sharply with all the green right here. So that's a focal point, and the secondary one is back in the back at the mountains where they hit the clouds. But the bad news is that the memory card on the camera filled up before I could get done with everything. So, you can use your own imagination, and that's one of the great things about painting. Using your own imagination, just get whatever sort of effects you want. I think the rock works great because it's It's a difference in angles. You can get just sort of neat edges on it and stuff. But you can do whatever you want. If you want to have a tree in the front that has sunlight striking the sides of its leaves and the edge of its bark, that's fine. If you want to do flowers, if you want to put in a little stream and the grass on the edge of it has the sunlight hitting just that and the bank of it, you know, that would all be great. So I'd say just do what you want. I'm sure it's gonna look absolutely great, and just have fun with it. So we won't get to that point here. All I'm gonna do is finish up the grass, and that's all we're gonna see. And I won't be able to put in the flowers or anything. But if you look back at other videos, I'm sure you can see the way I usually go about making rocks and flowers and that sort of thing. And I'm working on some stuff for the future with seascapes and that sort of thing. So there'll be a lot more with rocks. And if you're an oil painter out there, I guarantee I will have some really great oil paintings to show soon enough. Other than that, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them or send them to me. And I'd kind of like to see some of the paintings that people are doing. So send those over to me if you guys are doing paintings. Let me see what you're doing. Maybe I can throw them up on my webpage. That would be a lot of fun for me. All right, take care, guys.